Hello friends, James Stevenson back with the third video in my series on Ford versus GM versus Tesla. We're going to talk profits this time. GAAP, net income. How do they compare between Ford, GM, and Tesla? You know, Tesla reported record earnings in 2023. That got missed a little bit, but if you look at the GAAP net income number, which included $6 billion worth of tax benefit from prior year's losses. Tesla's GAAP net income in 2023 was a record. The non-GAAP net income wasn't if you exclude that item and the stock-based compensation. But I'll check in with my co-host Loki before I keep talking about this too much and share with you the chart. So Ford did not have record earnings in 2023, and GM did not claim record earnings in 2023 in their investor letter. The only record they claimed in their investor deck, I searched for it, was record sales of Chevrolet crossovers, up 36%. They didn't claim any other records, so maybe before 2016, GM had a year with more than $10.02 billion worth of earnings, which is what they reported for 2023 in terms of GAAP net income. Now, why am I using the GAAP net income number and not the non-GAAP net income number? It's because when you're comparing publicly traded companies against each other, that's the number you have to use if you want to have an apples-to-apples comparison. This is the only number you're guaranteed that all the companies have to follow the same rules for when they report it. Everybody has to follow the same FASB-approved, the Financial Accounting Standards Board, GAAP rules for accounting for this profit number. So that's how you know it's a fair comparison. If you use a non-GAAP number, companies have a lot of freedom and flexibility to modify that non-GAAP net income number for whatever they think makes the most sense for their company. So it makes an apples to oranges comparison, you call it, in the financial world when you're comparing stuff that wasn't measured the same way. Yeah, Ford had this giant year when they had like $10 billion worth of Rivian gain. So their Rivian investment went up in value by like $9 or $10 billion. And the following year they had to write it down, which is where this loss came from. I think the loss in 2020 was legit. I don't remember for sure what happened there, but they did report GAAP net income of negative $1.3 billion that year. So yeah, Ford hasn't had more than $5 billion worth of profits except for that 2021 year when they had a lot of, profits not driven by the operation of their business. So you can see what an outlier it is on the chart. Then for GM, they've been below $10 billion every year except 2023, when they just barely squeaked over the 10 billion line on my chart. How's Tesla doing? Well, Tesla used to lose money, losing the most money they ever lost in 2017, $1.962 billion. It shows you on the screen. But then they lost less money than that in 2018, and then they improved a little bit more in 2019, posting their first positive GAAP net income for a year in 2020. Then in 2021, that increased quite a lot. Tesla pricing was a lot higher back here, so even though the volume was a lot less than it has been since, the margins were pretty good in 2021. 2022 had some price cuts in it, not a full year of them though. That was a pretty good year for GAAP net income for Tesla, over $12.5 billion worth of earnings, a number that you don't see Ford or GM reporting. And then in 2023, there's that $15 billion number Tesla just reported, including about $6 billion worth of a one-time tax favorability item. If you were to knock that one out, it would be $9 billion, which still looks pretty good on this chart. So that is my video for today. How's the profit comparison looking? Well, Tesla's looking pretty good. if you compare them across the past 8 years against Ford and GM, at least in my opinion, and in Loki's opinion. I asked him before we recorded the video, and he said he concurs with my assessment. So with that, I will thank you for watching this video, and thank my two executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and let you know that I will make another video about profit per vehicle. How are these companies doing in terms of profit per vehicle? The numbers may astound you. I'll see you then. Bye.